Well, good day footy fans and welcome to Harpers Field for a huge game in the BTR Excavations Division 1 competition in the Adelaide Footy League. Thanks to Filming Footy, it's the Golden Grove Kookaburras in a special celebratory jumper playing the defending champions and league leading Port Districts. It's a cold day, but these are the two hot teams in the competition. Since they last met, Golden Grove have won 7 of their past 8 games. When they last met, Port District won, part of a streak where they have won 9 of their past 10. Port Districts are in top spot, 10-2. Golden Grove on the charge, currently sitting in the middle of a 3-way tie for 4th with an 8-4 winning record and a 5-game winning streak. Here at Harpers Field, the Kookaburras are 5-1 at home. Port District are 4-2 on the road this season. My name's Phil Hurd, joined by Barnaby on camera. The rain came in just at the end of the Bs. Looking at the radar, it's going to be here for a little while, but not the entirety of the game. And it's just going to soften things up a little bit. Speaking of the Bees, it was a fantastic finale. Went down to the final second in a little bit of an upset. Golden Grove defeated Port District 7-8-50 to Ditters 7-7-49. That puts Golden Grove, who are 6th and 6th in 4th spot, takes them to a winning record of 7-6 in the Bees. Port District 10-2 in 2nd spot, dropped to 10-3. Don't have a C-grade result. Might try and see if I can find that as the afternoon progresses. But it'll be Port District in the Magpie-esque back panel and the alternate front panel. Heading to the left of your screen, Golden Grove in the anniversary jumper heading to the right, and we're underway at Harpers Field. Lyset in the ruck to Pittman, held on to, gets the free. The unlucky player last week not to get a prize from the Game of the Day crew. Who was judging that, I wonder? As it heads towards that boundary line, towards the Kookaburra scoreboard, one of the more magnificent scoreboards in the Adelaide Footy League. And some hardy souls on the hill with the umbrellas out, ready for a big afternoon. Lyset with the tap. He's going to be huge today. Out of bounds, deemed to be touched. The last disposal. I was on the drive on the way up and heard a radio station talking AFL, talking about how can we make these 34-minute quarters shorter? Well, how about have a last disposal rule? Get rid of a lot of boundary throw, and surely that's got to help. As Kookaburras, heading to the right of your screen, head in the Pasco direction. 3 Magpies. They are the Magpies, Port District. Don't use the name a lot, but I've been told it is a thing. And the long kick comes out, finds Harry Dry, defensive edge of the centre square. He looks up and spots up Sam McKay. The quick movement, or was it a fumble, ends up with a stoppage on the outer side. The breeze is interesting. Edinburgh base, it's a southwesterly. Roseworthy, it's a northwesterly. Probably meet somewhere about here. I suspect today it's going to be a westerly. Seeing the rain come in, it was going from right to left a little bit. Some hot footy 50 metres out. Picked up and cleared nicely. High kick with a chance of a Port District mark. And I think that might be Payne. Or maybe Pilkington. It is Pilkington. On to Cavallaro. First bit of open field play we've seen. To Shanton, the hot, wet footy. Too much for Ingram to handle. In the centre square, the green machine, I can call him that today. Glenn in the long sleeves to a 1-on-1 contest inside 50. Make that 2-on-2. Picking it up and delivering back in the side. Liam Verity has his first for the day. His 25th for the season. And in a quarter where I reckon goals might be at a premium, that's the first one for the way of the home team. The changes coming into, there are 2 changes for both sides. Liam Verity and Mitchell Payne come in for Golden Grove, out Kane Blades and Mitchell McKelvey. For Port District, 2 changes for them, coming in Sam Gray and number 39 Jack Ferns. Out Mitch Gaffney, there's still two other Gaffneys playing, and Jason Niskahus. Back in the middle, in the cricket pitch, home of the Brumbies, in a couple of months. The tap to Glenn, his high kick. We've already got the rain. Front and square is Golden Grove, back to Pittman. He was taken high. Little crude by Miller Carter. So, right on the edge of 50. Goes with the high kick. I suspect Pascoe is down there somewhere. So's Pilkington. So's Bradwell, who's in the mark of the week contention from last week. Courageous effort in the final point. Glenn, the pick up, the spin, and the goal. First 2 to the Kookaburras. Josh Glenn, who had 2 last week in a busy second quarter, 2 the last time they met. He's got 9 for the season. Play some junior footy with the Donnybrooks of Williston, and then a journey through Norwood, Gold Coast, Central District, before settling back here at Golden Grove, where he's been part of the team since 2022. A good early start to the home side. The last time they met, it was at Country Reserve home at Largs, where it was Port District by 46 points, except it was a 4-point Kookaburras lead at halftime. After halftime, it was Ditters 10 goals to 3. But the Kookaburras giving the visitors something to chase. No space in that pocket. Cavallaro comes across, lays the tackle on Alex Dean off his opposing number 20. Just at the edge of this wonderful new grandstand and clubroom complex at Harpers Field. The tap to the front. There's a fair bit of green, but the boundary line wins it before Josh Habel could pick it up. We go again. Umpiring crew this afternoon. The field umpires, Bo Graham, Alex Hoddy and Frank Manicus. The boundary umpires, Brett Heritage and Hamish Bullen. The goal umpires, Grant Potter and Steve Martin. Ingram back to Habel. Sam Gray running interference to Lysett. Big man gets down, gets up. His kick is smothered though. Simon had it. He's tackled. Ingram in a bit of space gets the hand pass away. And the Kookaburras will clear. And I think there might be a free downfield. It was Payne who was taken late. Ball sits with Verity, already got a goal. Cavallaro on the broadcast wing. Kicks down the line. Looking for Collins. In front of some weird blue line that I've got no idea what that represents. I think it might be a different sport on a different day. Ben Gould kicks it beyond the pack. Can Durizzi run onto it? Not quite. Simon the pickup. Through Thatcher. Robinson. And in the end, out of bounds for a throw-in. 7 minutes gone. Port District is saying, was it a kick? Umpires confer. It is not a boundary throw-in. It is Port District ball. To the 50 they go. From the side was Jack Ferns. Coming in from the back, Gould to force the contest. Surprisingly, for a situation where the wind's going westerly, a lot of play inside that. A dangerous kick. And Jordan Durizzi has taken the mark. Jordan, who joined Port Districts this year. Last year was playing for Boulder City which is in the Goldfields League in Kalgoorlie. As a trivia point, Boulder City is Western Australia's oldest country club, 1896. Bit of similarity with Port Districts, of course, tracing their days back to Semaphore Central. Thurizzi from 45 for Ditter's first score, and it's a major! Thurizzi kicked 2 goals last week. He's got 4 for the season in just his 3rd game. And an important reply for the black and white. We're up to round 13, into the final third of the minor round. This by far for mine the game of the round. The other 4 pitching a game that's got a pretty heavy favourite. Rocks hosting winless Broadview. Prince Alfred and Salisbury North pretty close on the ladder, but very much different in the win column. Glenunga hosting St. Peter's. Payneham hosting Sacred Heart. So in a lot of those cases, the lower ranked team hosting the heavy favourite. Maybe we'll have an upset. We'll give you score updates as the day progresses. Kookaburras, mainly through the effort of Xanthopoulos, move it forward. It's the stoppage on the 50-metre arc. Checking the wind temperature. Couple of places it's getting cold. Edinburgh Air Force Base, it's 13 degrees, but with the wind chill it feels like 6. Good day to be rugged up, beanie, hoodie, jacket, whatever you can find, put on those layers. From the back, Dodd with the thump. Plenty of black and white. Ditters with the clearance. High kick in the Mackay direction. Ingram's right there to force the contest. And Shenton is tackled. So quick ball up. Tacking edge centre wing for the visitors. Beautiful kick by Habel in mid-air. Refuses to go out of bounds. Bit crude on the tackle. Cooper Gaffney gets a touch. Won't be the last one. Bit of a push. And 25 for, I think, the slow return. Umpires want to... It's going to be a big game. Umpires wanting to establish some authority on it early days. Mitch Payne across field to the T-Saucer. Long sleeve to Xanthopoulos. I think we've got 3 Golden Grove players in the long sleeves. Payne, Xanthopoulos and Glenn. Can't see anyone in the long sleeves from Port District. They'd probably get a week off if they turned up in long sleeves. They like to breed them tough on the Lefevre Peninsula. Well, taken high was the way it was portrayed by Matty Rose. He's got the free kick. Jed Banwell, the infringer. Another 25 metres. So umpire's getting on top of this real early. I should add the lights are on here at Harpersfield. Very rare that I call a 2:15 game and the lights are on at the first bounce. Gray, the hand pass off into some open field, going back beautifully is Mitchell Payne. He's been important early. Payne playing in defence, hasn't kicked a goal since August 2023. Base down there, probably won't kick one today. The soccer kick. Well, Ditters are trying to get some free space and there is none. Ball up in front of... I love the banner. Brings me back to the cheer squad days of the late 70s when they used to have banners around the grounds. Home of the mighty Kookaburras. Holding the ball, the call. Golden Grove, the free. It's in the hands of Kane Horskins, who since playing under 6 in 2009 has played for one club, and that is Golden Grove. From under 6 to Division 1 Adelaide Footy League. Port District have it back. The kick just missed the target from Dianoff to Modistach. Now a kick to the top of the square. Xanthopoulos is there providing defensive cover and he will concede the behind. Turns a 6-point margin to 5 on the Kieran Hyoketsu scoreboard. Golden Grove a 2 straight 12. Port District a 117. I want to thank all the sponsors as well. Kieran Hyoketsu for the scoreboard. They'll get a fair few mentions. As Robinson, a good contested mark at halfback. Quick transition on to Glenn. He'll play on quickly now. The first one into line of Pascoe. He takes it in the hill pocket. He was critical last week in our first quarter where he kicked a few. He set up a few. He picked up the Man of the Match award with 6 off his boot and a couple off others. His first real shot as the, fortunately, ambulance screams by on One Tree Hill Road. Pascoe's kick has missed. A quick chance to take a breath. 14 minutes gone. These two teams between them have only lost one game in their last 8. For Port District, it's one game in their last 10. Couldn't have two teams really in better form. Golden Grove started their season at 1-3 after, I think, their loss to Port District, which was their biggest loss. Since then was a bit of a surprise loss at Glenunga. And since then they've beat Ross Trevor, Prince Alfred, Salisbury North, St Peter's and Sacred Heart. So 4 of those 5 on the winning streak are contenders. Hardly easy beats. Off hands, Pittman tries to run onto it. He's still going. Gets the hand pass out. Now that might be last touch. It is. Last disposal, I should say. Ends up with Rose. Rose has got a runner on the grandstand wing. Ingram, Simon, the thump towards that boundary. They'll might want to talk to each other a little bit more next time. But helping each other up, sorted that out pretty quick. 2-1-13 to 1-1-7 on the Kieran Hyoketsu scoreboard. A 6-point lead to the hometown Kookaburras. A big celebration for Golden Grove today. They'd love to knock it off, to top it off, by knocking off the league leaders. They did it in the Bees by 1 point. Jack Gaffney has it. Towards the pocket, setting, flying, good grab in the conditions, Tommy Carter. Tom Carter, who's kicked 8 goals from 10 games this season, 12 from 12 last year. Of those 8 goals, he had a real purple patch, kicked 4 when Port District played Salisbury North. He's right where the 50 intersects the boundary. That's where he'll come in from, and Barnaby's right behind it on camera. Across the face. It is a breeze that's got a bit of westerly toe to it. But the rain's dried up, which is good. If you've joined us late, a bit of drizzle. The first time. There is more rain coming, however. That's the first band, and there is a little bit more on its way. Socket off the ground and a behind in the end. 2-1 to 1-2. Got a couple of score updates to give you at the next break. All games about 17 minutes in. Glenn, the designated kicker, runs off and heads down the far side, looking in the direction of Dodd, who gets it, runs down the wing, inboard to Banwell, he's marked, scatters the Seagulls, sends the ball deep inside forward 50, looking for Verity and Pascoe, the dynamic duo back today. Number 1 and 3 on the goal kick. That's a grabber kick. It's still a kick. It's still a disposal. It's still the last disposal rule. And Dodd's going to have it. Inboard kick. Port District with the clearance. This is where the wall's set up. Marked by Thatcher. Loose player at 50. This is Mitchell Slater. 34 goals last year. Playing a little bit further upfield, just 6 from 11 games this year. Looks like he wants to take a shot. Heads right, swings left. That's the direction I'd kick it. And he got the distance. A textbook. Long distance roost from Mitchell Slater. And Golden Grove have got their third on the Kieran Yoketsu scoreboard, 3-1-19. Port District 128. The margin out to 11. Slater, who joined Golden Grove last season, started at Salisbury North, moved to Modbury, played a bit at Salisbury, and now at Golden Grove. So he's gradually covering the teams in the northeast. The Harpersfield scoreboard tells me 19 minutes gone. Lysette the bouncing clearance. It ends up though with Jack Gaffney. End over end kick. Simon can't take the mark, but he can recover. Draw the tackle. Get the hand pass to Cavallaro. They're into space again, but there's a lot of black and white. And one of those is Cooper Gaffney. Gaffney in a lot of space to Haynes. Haynes eludes 2. Couldn't elude the 3rd. It's a turnover. Pascoe in space. He will not kick an easier goal in his life. Pascoe with his first today. Golden Grove 2 in a minute. And the Kieran Yoketsu scoreboard has the Kookaburras 4-1-25, Port District 1-8. It was Haynes who had the first man beat and the second man beat, but in the course of, oh my goodness, there's a third man, fumbled the footy. And that was all Golden Grove needed. Couple of big goals in time on. Makes this Golden Grove's quarter so far. Slater, Lysette. Soccered by Cavallaro into some space. Oh, it's a bit of soccer. That's by Haynes to Glenn. Glenn down the outer wing. Was he? Umpire's found a free. We'll go the way. What are we doing? No, we're bringing it back. Bring it back. Ball's a long way downfield to come back. Chance to quickly thank our sponsors. It is, of course, a filming footy broadcast. Thanks to Classic Clashes, Dartfish, Footy Stats, High Five E-Bikes, the Player of the Year. Could it be someone running around here this afternoon? Votes today could be critical. Custom by ORTC, Kimberley Accommodation, Archie's, and we'd like to thank all our hotels, the Gully, the Bartley, and our $50 voucher with the Archie's footwear to the best on ground is the Settlers Tavern. Free kick. Verity's claiming it. Port District think they have it. They've got the ball. But it will go the way of Liam Verity. 4 goals to Golden Grove, all individual goal scorers. Verity looking to be the first multiple. If Slater's kick was anything to judge by, this is a kickable distance. Suspect into a little bit of breeze, maybe. No windsock I can see. The kick has the length and direction. That's a hat-trick of goals to Golden Grove. Verity, the first multiple goal scorer with 2. The former Tea Tree Gully Junior and Modbury, so he'd know all about the year 1862. Kicked 40 goals for the Hawks last season. One of 4 players to make their Kookaburras League debut this year out here. So Verity's one. Pilkington is another. Dylan Pilkington. Callan Weaven, a Golden Grove junior, played Bs and Cs last year, as did Nick Collins. For Port District, they got 3 players new to the A's this year. I'll get to them in due course. Rose has it. On to Gould. Port District have conceded the last 3. It's interesting, it is the best attack in the league against the best defence in the league. Golden Grove, the best attack, averaging 87 points per game. Port District rated 3rd, averaging 80 points per game. But did his strength as its defence, allowing only 51. Well, they've allowed 31 already in the first quarter. Golden Grove's weakness is their defence. They've allowed 73 points per game, which is ranked 6th in the comp. Right now, it is with Port District. They are keeping possession, not with any great fluency. Pittman comes in and stops that play. Denton could not escape. Almost 24 minutes gone of the first quarter. Phil and Barnaby showed at 8. I'm the voice, Barnaby the pitches. Coming to you from Harpers Field, home of the mighty Kookaburras. You might be looking at this jersey and saying, what? That's not Golden Grove. Well, if you were around 30 years ago, Golden Grove's very first year, that was the Golden Grove jumper for their juniors. Blue collar and all. As Haynes at ground level, hand pass and hope, it's a throw in. So the Golden Grove story, it's similar but different to Port District's. They've had incredible success at junior and senior level. Their juniors started 18 years ago, 1997 at the Greenwith Oval. And they started in Division 7. And there they were last year, first year in Division 1, making the finals. In fact, hosting a final last year. They finished in the end 4th or 5th. They lost the elimination. Currently sitting in 4th, but momentum says they've got a decent chance at a double chance. Kick across field. Oh, here's a chance if it sits. Collins just keeps pushing it forward against a lot of interference. He will not give up. There's your magic moment. Pesco, can he finish it? No, he can't. Not deemed to be a disposal, but how about the resilience and persistence and just sheer work ethic of Nick Collins. It's a tap down. Hand over end kick. Bouncing ball. Simon has it. He's got good teammates. Dobie. Cross to a free Ingram in the middle. That's centre half back now to Pilgrim to the run of Glenn. All their weapons are firing right now. Loose player inside 50. Is that Cam Shenton with the kick? Glory be it was, but he missed. Now they're behind to the tally. 26 and a half gone. 24-point lead to Golden Grove. 5-2-32 Port District 1-2-8. Here in Yoketsu scoreboard. Slater got a hand to it. Spills out of bounds. It was touched. Throw in. I promised you some scores around the grounds, and then the game got interesting. Apologies. I promised the next stoppage. Cavallaro, hand pass and hope. Bit of, that's what they call it, aerial ping pong sometimes. Free kick. Someone's got to go back over their mark. Just reset for. Okay. Ross Trevor, a 5-4-34. Broadview, 1 straight 6 rocks by 28. No surprise there. Bit of a surprise at Park 9. Prince Alfred, 2-2-14. Salisbury North 128, the Redmen by 6. That would be a surprise if that held. Golden Grove's kick. Haynes in the way. The rebound, but here's the wall from the Kookaburras. Beautiful 1-2 play working through Robinson. The kick from Josh Abel, maybe not so good, but it's still in the goal square. And we're going to have a stoppage. So, Glenunga, 4 straight, 24. St. Peter's, 2-3, 15. Another surprise. 9 points to margin. And it's Sacred Heart, 1 goal straight, 6. Payneham 3 behinds at the Falcon Park as the siren goes. No score. What a quarter from the Kookaburras. Celebrating their 30th year anniversary with a pulsating, high-scoring first quarter on the Kirin Hyoketsu scoreboard. They're 5-2-32. Port Districts to 1-2-8. The goal scorers for Golden Grove, 2 to Verity, singles to Glenn, Slater, Pascoe. For Port District, 1, Hugh Jordan to Rizzi. You're with Phil Herden, Barnaby giving you the shots. Thanks to Filming Footy, this is the Adelaide Footy League. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back everyone. Quarter time here at Harpers Field. The rain has dissipated. Elements of blue sky above. And on their 30th anniversary celebrations, past Players Day, a couple of marquees out in one of the pockets doing a roaring trade. It is the home side delivering the goods at the moment. 5-2-32, Port District's 1-2-8. The wind is hard to tell here, but certainly Port District were going downhill, where Golden Grove will be going now. I've got a couple of co-commentators. That's the microphone kids, so anything you say can and will be held against you in social media for all time. As it's light set with the tap. Soccer off the ground. Port District would really like the first one of this quarter as it heads towards that boundary. If it's left, it should be last disposal. It is last disposal, and that means it's going to be Golden Grove footy. Into the pocket we go, and I think that was a little tight. Yep, Port District ball. Those quarter-time margins around the ground. Ross Trevor over Broadview by 29. Salisbury North over Prince Alfred by 3. Glenunga over St Peters. So Salisbury North over Prince Alfred by 3. Glenunga over Port District. Glenunga over St Peters by 9. Payneham over Sacred Heart by 3 points. Interesting play there by Hable to soccer it back. No green in the vicinity, just Joey Haynes. He puts it high. Well, no doubt we're seeing plenty of footy in front of the grandstand. Everybody here appreciates that. Picked up by Dobie. He's tackled holding the ball. Deemed to have opportunity. Going to end up with Matthew Rose. Rose with the black armband on today. It's the 50-metre arc. Front and square at it. A little bit of feeling all there. I think that was Lyson who ended up at the bottom of that. Pittman, was he taken off the ball? That was what he played for. Didn't win the ball for holding, but did win the ball for being swung down. Defensive 50. If you just missed the start of the quarter, well, we haven't had a score as yet, and it's pretty much been inside the 50s. With Collins. There's good work off the ball by Gaffney to create the space. Now Dwyer swings it back across field. Here's Cooper Gaffney, defensive 50. On to Haynes. Port District going to get a little bit of run on the far side. Oh, and just at the inconvenient moment, I don't want to name him, but Tino tripped over. Golden Grove on the turnover. Pascoe leads the race for the ball. Haynes is going to go across the face of goal. This could be dangerous, but it pays off to Dwyer. Pretty much at centre half back. Here's the call. Haynes is doing a lot of running, getting a fair few touches in this second quarter. Lysat with the tap towards that boundary line where it'll be carried over. A throw in. Just under 3 minutes gone of the first quarter. No addition to the quarter time score. Golden Grove leading by 24 points on the Kieran Yoketsu scoreboard. Throw in Rux will have to come and get it. Lysat grabbed it. He's tackled. I reckon that's got to be holding the ball. It is Robinson. Gee, wouldn't Golden Grove love the first goal to the non-scoring end? They'll say it's only non-scoring because we weren't kicking there. There's the shot across the goal. Goal umpire's coming back. Lockie Pascoe has 2. Nice snap. That's 5 in a row to Golden Grove, including the critical first one to the northern end, the Greenwith end. Of course, Greenwith Oval was where this footy club first began 30 years ago. I think it was 2005 they got the keys to Harpers Field. And it's I should imagine it's Harpers Fields as well, just to be, because there is 2 ovals here, named after 2 brothers, sons of a farming family here in the vicinity, back when Golden Grove was a rural stop, farmland, and those 2 brothers went off to fight for their country in World War I and never returned. A fitting tribute that becomes all the more special when there's a Anzac Day game, which the Kookaburras celebrate very well here at Harpers Field. We're back in the middle, as did as I should have. They've got their own Anzac Day story worth sharing. Hanging on. Gee, it really is all Golden Grove. The long sleeve duo combined to Glenn. Now to Pittman, and the Pittman kicks to the pocket. And Pascoe couldn't quite take it in. I'm getting kids in trouble. Mum's just turned up saying, "Where have you been?" Oops. The throw-in is going to lob about 30 metres out. Lysek got rid of his opponent too easily. Umpire said it was all fair in love and ruck work. And out of bounds. When they last met, it was a pretty tight game. Really a game of two halves, as most Footy games tend to be, but this one in particular. Golden Grove led by 6 points at quarter time. This was at Port District's home ground in Largs. As Glenn comes in, the tackle on Jack Gaffney. Play on. Pascoe on the lead. Takes the mark straight in front, 30 out. Just quickly on that last meeting, Golden Grove narrowly led at the first two breaks. 6 points at quarter time, 4 points at half time. But in the second half, Port District showed their premiership calibre, kicked 10 goals to 3 and emerged with a 46-point win. 13-17, could have been by more. Golden Grove 7-7-49. Well, they kicked 7 goals that day, and Golden Grove have kicked 7 goals right now. Pascoe with 3. And this is turning out not just to be a buffer, but, well, it's going to be a lot of work on a cold and sort of wet day at times. 6 goals. In fact, 6 goals without reply. Kieran Yokitsu's scoreboard has the margin at a straight 6. 6 majors, 7-2 to 1-2. 36 points. And Josh Glenn is right in the thick of all this like a man possessed. As on that occasion is Pilkington, who was taken out of the contest. Cooper Gaffney leads the race for this footy, tearing across field. Just a little sock across by Collins was clever. Pilkington the pick up and quick hand pass. Looking back for Collins, he's right by the boundary line. Kick is smothered out of bounds. Will be a throw-in in front of the banner. Couple of hardy souls there in the pocket. Having a look. Little different now that the rain's gone and the blue sky is growing by the minute. Glenn the clearance, he's had a huge amount of those today. We're picking it up. Is he wearing zinc cream? Jordan Zerizzi's wearing something white cream around his nose. I don't think it's quite cricket season just yet. To Haynes. That's a beautiful kick. Finds Miller Carter. Maybe not so beautiful with the kick. But hey, it's inside forward 50 for Port Districts. That's a bit of a rarity. Shenton the rare fumble. But there's enough of the green machine to cover it up. They'll go across field. Payne finds a teammate. And will head out with a huge raking kick to Collins. In one move, they've gone from the back lines to centre wing. A hand pass, and now they're inside 50 looking for you-know-who, who's got 2 to beat. But he's still first to the ball. The classical pickup. The turn to Pilkington. He's tackled back to Pascoe. He missed it. Gave a chance for Modestach to pick it up. And Port District fans can breathe for the moment. And a little highlight for them with a nice mark to Miller Carter. Attacking edge of the centre circle. Carter looks to the pocket. Looking for Sam Gray. Picked up, I think that's by Carpeney. Yep. And he's hit the bottom of the post. Their first score in a fair while is a behind, 139 to 72-44. Margin back to 35 points. Glenn has it. Cavallero with the sliding mark, just everything except catch it. Socketed by Dwyer. To forward Carpeney. Good pickup. This is Rose to Carter. Miller Carter around the body is missed. Well, at least Port District are getting some shots on. 1-4-10 to 7-2-44. 5 scoring shots to 9, but 7 goals to 1. Golden Grove through the middle. Pretty sure that's Payne. Got a loose player on the half-forward flank. Pascoe to the ball. Monty Statch is going to have his work really cut out of him today. Pascoe turns his back on the play. Now turns around and sizes up his goal-kicking chances. The kids gather behind the goal umpire, hoping to get a touch of the footy before it heads down the hill. Kick will be just inside 50. The angle probably about 55-60 degrees. The booming, high, accurate kick. Lachlan Pascoe looks like he's set for another bag. He's got 4. His biggest bag this season was 9 against another team in black and white, that being Payneham Norwood Union. And right now Golden Grove, the quick reply, a match high 40-point lead, 8-2-50. Port District 1-4-10. That is a 7 unanswered goal streak. "11 minutes into the second quarter. See if anything's changed around the grounds for you in a sec. But you can't look away from this one. The Kookaburra is irrepressible at the moment. Haynes the clearance to a one-on-one contest. Dianoff battling. As was Jack Ferns. Dianoff in again, but here's Pittman. To Dodd. Is that a mark? That's a mark! Not usual contender for mark of the day, but Cavallero with it. The crowd unloaded. Kick to the back of the square! They were all trying to ensure that Pascoe couldn't get it, and sneaking around the back is Kane Horskins. The all-time Kookaburra sends it into the netting. His first for the year, his second for the season. And right now Golden Grove have 9. I mentioned that Port District, number 1 defence in the comp, concede an average of 51 points per game. We are under 13 minutes gone in the second quarter, and Golden Grove have managed 56. The margin is 46. I mean, the theory is always whatever is done to you in the first half, you can do to them in the second, but this is almost getting to be a match-winning lead. I guess if you're going to get behind big early. But for Coach Joe Ramsey, he's got a few things to think about. Golden Grove have only had, Port District have only had 2 losses this year. I'll tell you about those in a sec. As Dianoff goes inside 50, they got a grab. All right, here's a chance at goal number 2. It's in the hands of Jordan Derizzi, the sole goal scorer for Ditters so far with 1. The man from Boulder. Starts right, curves left. 2 great goals to Jordan Derizzi. He's got 2, Port Districts have got 2. That ends the streak of 8 consecutive Golden Grove majors, and the margin back to 40. Port District's 2 losses this year, narrow ones. 3 points to Sacred Heart, 8 points to St. Peter's, both on the road where they have a 4-2 record. They are unbeaten at large, 6-0 this season, having won 9 of their last 10. Score updates around the grounds. Pretty quickly, Ross Trevor leading Broadview by 26. Salisbury North leading Prince Alfred by 15, a game the Hawks cannot concede. They want to play finals, just being that game back of the pack. Carpenter, I'm pretty sure, onto that one, and he has missed. Elsewhere, this is a surprise. Glenunga 5-2-32, St. Peter's 2-5-17, Sacred Heart 3-1-19, Payneham 1-5-11. But with 11 goals kicked, you've got the high-scoring contest of the afternoon in the BTR Excavations Division 1 of the Adelaide Footy League. Of course, all Division 1 games live streamed on Filming Footy. .15.5 minutes gone. Umpire will throw the ball up. Slater's tap is going to be out of bounds. Oh, holding the ball. Alrighty. Cooper Gaffney with the free. Back and board for Haynes through his hands. Some good work ethic ground level by Collins. That's not the first time we've seen him really battle to win that football this afternoon. It's a stoppage. Just Golden Grove's attacking edge. Heading to the second half of the second quarter. High kick. Just a wall of green to send on it. Horskins through some hands now with Simon. Right down the guts. Pascoe led to the ball, got there on the first bounce, got the recovery, got a mini kick, a visionary kick. I think this is Pilkington. Pilkington from 20 metres. Up behind. You always feel compelled if your league leading goal kicker passes off to you, you really want to get the goal. Gaffney's got a runner. That's in Gould's. Gould's a grubber kick. Gray couldn't get there. Just too much green. Port District will go again. The pack sets. Front and square. Pretty flagrant push in the back by Derizzi. Golden Grove free, and they're off. Josh Hable in an acre of space on the grandstand side. Finds Jed Banwell. He goes inboard. Glenn with another touch. He's raking them up this afternoon. Into the pocket we go. And I'm not sure if that was touched. It was ruled touched. Throw in. Looking for Banwell and Verity. Someone got a hand on it, is the judgment. Ground bathed in sunshine now. Past Players' Day, anniversary day for Golden Grove. And their A-grade are putting on a clinic as we speak. The league leaders in trouble, trailing by 37. Ball up, inside Golden Grove's 50. Lie set, the tap, down to the boot, the kick, only as far as Ingram. He's got some players inboard. Simon looking onwards towards Payne if needed. Yep, we go to Payne now. That frees up another player in the pocket with a chance to go towards the contest. Cavallaro somehow got hold of that. That's to Pittman. Pittman's mark around the body. It's like it's a magnet. Seriously, there is a magnet in that footy and in the hands of Lachlan Pascoe. So much black and white around him, but guess who's got it? Pascoe's got 4. He could have 5.5. He got the Archies last week. Generally don't give him out to the same player 2 weeks in a row. But if he kicks 10, that would be remarkable. And he's halfway there before half-time. Only problem is he's booted the ball into the gum tree. It's not coming down and we need a new footy. And a couple of kids are off. I wonder if any of them... I can see the ball from here. He's just sitting up the tree. I wonder who's going to be game to climb it. "15 seconds from time on." It is 63-16. 47 points. That's a game high. Freight train in pain, delivering some. And off hands out of bounds. So I wondered if the uphill southern end was the scoring end. I think the scoring end is whatever end Golden Grove are kicking to right now. They kicked 5-2 in the first. They've kicked 5-1 in the second with a little bit of time still left. Port District have kicked 1-2 in the first and 1-2 in the second. And they're working at their work rate. They just seem to have 5 more players on the field. Slater from Cavallaro in front of the scoreboard. And a few Golden Grove fans shouting their encouragement. Verity's gone down. He's marked it on his backside. He'd already got the free kick anyway, didn't really matter. Everybody running down. There's a lot of Port District players together. They've sort of fumbled it and they've sort of worked it out. In comes Banwell with the tackle. Some quick hand passes through Pittman. Back to Glenn. We're outside 50, coming back. Oh, raffle it. It's the Kookaburra raffle. And the winner is Xanthopoulos. I can't remember too many times I've ever seen 3 loose players from the same team inside 50, but that's just the work rate and the way Golden Grove move the footy. Xanthopoulos, he's played every game this season. He has not kicked a goal. This is about as good as it gets in terms of opportunity. You are right behind it as it swerves to the right. And that's a miss. (10-4, 64, 2-4, 16. An even 8-goal difference at the 22-minute mark. Haynes's kick. That's gone a long way. Well, this is a short oval or a strong breeze or a really powerful kick. Cooper Gaffney with it. Gray's little grubber kick inside 50. Finds the target and finds the goal. And that's DeRizzi again, I'm pretty sure. It is. He's got 3. He is Port District scoring thus far. Kieran Yoketsu scoreboard. Golden Grove 10-4, 64. Port District 3-4, 22. Margin back to 40. That's 4-0. And what was the designated match of the day between 2 teams in hot form, 2 teams in the top 4. It's 4th hosting 1st. What's fascinating is if you look at the scores at the moment in the B-Terra Excavation Division 1, right now, Port District, the league leaders, are in a spot of trouble, to consider it lightly. Another goal, Kookaburra clearance. A bit of push in the back, yep. We'll go the way of Jack Gaffney. The second-ranked team, are you thinking, oh, we could make use of this? Right now, they're trailing as well. They're at Glenunga and down by 4 points to the Rams. So Port District and St. Peter's, who have done so much work to just skip away from the peloton, could fall right back into it if those margins hold. Long way to go, especially at Webb Oval. Pittman hand pass across, some quick hands. Cavallaro hand passed it to himself. Cooper Gaffney, it was deemed to be 15, a chance to settle. They want to use that room on the far side. It's going to sit. Chance for Gould to run onto it, which he does. Hand pass to Dinoff, he's got pressure. Pushed off the ball. Cavallaro, Slater towards Weaving. Weaving was the late change. He was the emergency. McKelvey was the late omission from what was posted on Play HQ. 25 minutes gone, second quarter. A great opening backed up with an even, well, just as good second term by Golden Grove. They'll move it across field to find the open player, which if it sits as Cavallaro, it doesn't. So he just soccers it inside 50, where Gray waits. And his kick is straight to Shet, not 15, the umpire says. And then in the end, a stoppage about 20 out from the Golden Grove goal. They've kicked 5 goals, 2 in both quarters to be 10 goals, 4. And for the moment, a chance for Port District to settle things down a bit. McKay's kick into space finds Gray on the first bounce. He turns around and gives it right down the throat of Simon. To Pittman, true centre half back. He's got an open field in front of him. Weaving's either just come on or has really bad BO. Either way, he had open space. Kick probably could have been a little bit better. Finds up Nash Haynes. Haynes played every game this year. One of a few for Port District, finds Lysett. He's also played every game, leads the goal scorers with 20. Haynes, and now they'll go forward. Simon Thump from behind. Gets the errant hand pass from Tom Carter. They'll go back to go forward. Shenton has got a loose player on the scoreboard side, which he spots up. It's just like they're playing with one extra and really making Port District run a lot whilst they move the football with speed. I reckon that's Verity from a long way away. Pascoe's double teamed. Beats them all to pick up the footy. Hand pass to Pilkington onto Collins. Collins has his first. A little bit of afters at the top of the goal square. Some of the kids are chanting fight, fight, fight like something at recess time in the schoolyard. But no fight. Sorry kids. 28 minutes gone. 11 goals, 470, 3-4-22. Back to the game high margin for mine, which is in the middle, holding the ball. Half-time imminent. We'll take a quick break at that stage, come back and give you some scores before the start of the third quarter, but just been too many goals kicked. There's been 8 kicked this quarter, which is not bad considering we had a fair bit of drizzly rain. I think this is Pilkington's kick. Oh, and Verity just really should have let that go because nobody else was going to touch it. But we do have a game high 49-point lead. Simon, the thump, the win, the elusiveness. And before Kookaburras can score again, that's half time. I'll tell you what, If you're at home and you're a Kookaburras fan, you had better be on your feet, because that may have been one of the best halves of football that this young club in its 30th anniversary has ever played. They've taken on the league leaders, and right now they have embarrassed them. Kieran Yoketsu scoreboard 11-5-71, Port District 3-4-22. You're with Phil Hurden and Barnaby on camera. We'll take a break, be back with the second half very shortly. back, Harper's Field, getting a little bit more overcast. Not sure if we've got more rain on the way, but yeah, maybe a little, just a drop. Port District are out first, probably feeling a little bit scolded by, well, Coach Ramsey. Unusual position he's been in. Port District usually haven't trailed by this match at halftime for a long time, I would suspect, the defending premiers. There is a lot to like about Golden Grove and the way they go about things. One of those that's just occurred, which is a bit funny, is that they have their own mini league game here at as Sam Gray. Those are very nice. Sam Gray's a legend. Got a little couple of boos from the kids. But anyway, I'm sure it's nothing that Sam hasn't gone through in his football journey. But anyway, so they're all lined up as the Guard of Honour, and they've been providing a bit of a cheer squad, which is fantastic. It's been a short history, but you got to say, for Golden Grove, it's been a pretty successful one. They've risen from Division 7 to Division 1, their second season here, and they played finals in their first year and look on track, not guaranteed to play finals. They're wearing these jerseys today, which is a replica of the very first jumper that their juniors wore in 1995. I did a count. They've been 30 years, 28 years as a senior club, and in 28 years as a senior club, they've won 19 senior premierships. 6 of those at A grade level. They've risen from Division 7 to Division 1. They've moved to a facility where they can have 2 ovals, and they've now got an absolutely fantastic club room facility where myself and Barnaby have got a prime spot to watch this game this afternoon. So, I live at Happy Valley. It's a heck of a journey. Pack the passport, but always enjoy coming out to Harper's Field. Exceptionally well run footy club off the field. As for what they've done on the field this afternoon, well, it's just been exemplary. 5 goals in the first quarter, 6 in the second. They've been accurate, 11 goals, 5. It looks like they've had 2 or 3 more players on the field. Port District, 1 player's kicked 3 goals in Derizzi. Just to confirm the goal scorers, because I did miss one. Lachlan Pascoe has 5, Liam Verity has 2, singles to Josh Glenn, Nick Collins, Mitchell Slater and Kane Hoskins. The sponsors today, want to thank them, bringing you the broadcast across the Filming Footy universe. Filming Footy, of course. Find us on YouTube or wherever you found us today. Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Customs by ORTC, High 5 E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archie's, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts. Also, the High 5 E-Bikes, mentioned Player of the Year, got to give some votes there. We've got the Kieran Hyoketsu scoreboard. Stream sponsor today is the Settlers Tavern. We got a $50 voucher and a pair of Archies to the designated BOG. Got a bit of a decision whether I'm going to add to Josh Glenn's collection or Lachlan Pascoe's collection, or maybe find someone who may not have had one before. Scores around the grounds. Round 13, so each game growing in magnitude as we get closer to the final round and the finals. Ross Trevor, 14-point leaders over Broadview. Last time they played, Broadview kicked 3 goals, 21. Today, Broadview have kicked 4 goals, 1 at half-time, so that's pretty good. But they trail by 14. Prince Alfred and Salisbury North was Prince Alfred early, but Salisbury North 4 goals to 0 in the second quarter. It's the Hawks on the road, leading by 29 points. Glenunga and St Peter's was Glenunga by 9 at quarter time. It's St Peter's Old Collegians by 2 at half time. And Payneham Norwood Union and Sacred Heart. Payneham Norwood Union leading the upset parade, 3 points up at quarter time. Sacred Heart kicked 3 goals to 1 in the second quarter. And shock on the rebound from their loss to Golden Grove last week, leading the Falcons at Payneham by 11. I think that's the wrap. Teams are out. Some rain imminent, I think, but we're back underway. Robinson was up and down and then got a tap. Again, some good hands. Robinson, the tap on the Glen. Doesn't need much of an opportunity to swoop. Kick long to Slater. He's in open space. Just got to get the ball around the body. Couldn't quite do so. An early behind, and that took 20 seconds. As the ball rolled up the hill and now rolls back without human intervention. So the lights that were turned on at the start are probably going to be needed a bit now. As incoming kick finds Jack Ferns unopposed at defensive 50. On to Jack Gaffney. Back to Ferns in the middle of Harper's Field. Into 50. Ingram in front position. Spills out the back. Chance for Ditters here. Soccer off the ground by Dwyer. Hand pass to Dianoff around the body, but Shenton in the way. How often have I called that in the last few years doing Golden Grove games? Lamb Simon. The back pocket down the stable's end. You know, you know. Inboard kick to Thatcher. Well, I never seem to call enough, even though he's always very busy. Glenn, another touch. Boy, he's raked him up today. Slater, who's leading his opponent a merry dance for most of the day. Now the kick for the leading Pascoe. And Liam Modistach says, what have I got to do? He was right there. Strong hands. Pascoe, rather than go for 6, has done the team thing. Found Jake Pittman. Pittman, best on ground last week. Was ruled by the coaches. Best on ground for Golden Grove the last time they've played. He's played 12 games, kicked 1 goal. He's been in the best 7 times this season. Originally from the units of Central United via Norwood. Now lining up for his first goal of the day from 45. Has the height, the distance, but not the accuracy. So a couple of early peppers from Golden Grove. The margin is a flat 50. They've kicked 2 behinds. Port District yet to score. Is their chance. Out the back, a little bit of run. Just like that, we're at 50, a one-on-one contest marked by Derizzi. He's the danger man goal scorer with 3. Is he going to look for 4 or look for a teammate? He'll go with the teammate option. Sticking a big mid out there was Payne. He'll send it towards the grain stand, looking and finding Collins. Really liked his game today. He goes downfield and with about 30 centimetres to spare, finds Tommy Robinson. Robinson down the wing. Just like that, Slater, Verity's escaped. Slater's kick will give Glenn a little bit of work to do, and Port District will make use of the error to rebound. It goes from one into the other pretty quickly here. Pick up Thatcher. Back to Xanthopoulos. Cavallaro. I'll tell you what, the way Golden Grove are playing in these jumpers, they're going to make this an annual thing, I reckon. Thatcher's kick in the Slater direction, but Haynes stands tall. Bouncing ball, Robinson breaks the pack, but Port District stands strong. Gould and Rose. Rose is pruned illegally. G'day. And so it's going to be Port District's ball once they retrieve it. Ferns. Worm burner. Into the arms of Dinoff, who's in kicking range. It is getting dark. It's 3:30. Probably means some rains are coming. Now, Port District have kicked 3 goals, all for Jordan Derizzi. This to have multiple goal kickers for the day. Won't be on that one. I do believe there's some rains arrived. Maybe. Getting a little misty. Certainly the weather app indicates we should be having some any moment. Probably for about 10-15 minutes. And then on the radar, I don't see anything after that. Couple of people on the outer side have an umbrella. That's a soccer kick. And Ingram concedes the behind. I guess when you've got a 50-point lead, you can do that. Kieran Yokitsu scoreboard. Beautifully lit up. 6 minutes gone. 11-7 to 3-6. Out of the back, Good was first one there to Haynes. Haynes stops, props, fakes. Payne overran it. Bit of a collision involving Dobie and Ferns, and both survived to tell the tale. Throw in. Going up and getting it was Haynes. Tackled instantly. Let's go again. Lysette, Rose, bounced off one, tackled by 2, no opportunity. Let's go again. Been a high-scoring affair. 14 goals, I think, is the highest-scoring game in the division today. Oh, look at that. Josh Glenn is just too good for this level. His kick. Ferns trying to charge through the middle. Won't give up on the contest. He's still got the ball. He's taking on 3 kookaburras. Well done to Jack Ferns. Played 17 league games last year for Woodville West Torrens. 101 in total. Originally a Seaton Rambler junior. Lysette's tap. Port District, here's the run to Good. Here's their chance. Needs a really good bounce. Got a true one instead. Behind. Goodbye football. So this ground is built on a hill. You can see the slope. Doesn't seem to have too much of an impact on contest. We see plenty of goals to the uphill end. But behind the northern goals, it really, really drops off. And right now, we're waiting for a football from somewhere. Xanthopoulos is waiting. And he's decided, well, if no one's going to get me a ball, I'm going to have to go and get it, which means negotiating that fence with the net. We do finally have another football. He's retrieved it, and now we've gone from no footballs to 2. And so we have to, now that we've got the ball, we have to stop play as we retrieve, we've got 2 balls on the field, and we have to stop until the second ball is off the field. Now we've got 1 ball, and we're set to go. Xanthopoulos' kick to the Kookaburra banner. In the path of Dwyer. Couldn't mark. Great recovery, and behind. So bit by bit, the margin comes back to 47 points. Kieran Hioketsi's scoreboard. Golden Grove 11-7-73. Port Districts, the league leading 10-2 Port Districts, 3-8-26. They've done pretty well bottling it up here. Intercepted. Here's the chance again. This is Haynes. Kick could have... Well, yeah. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have gone straight to a Golden Grove player. At least it's a neutral stoppage. Lovely attack from Haynes. Just, of course, I should mention we do have two Haynes. That's Nash Haynes, Haynes with a Y. And then we've got Joey Haynes, number 11, Haynes with an I. Not brothers, not related. High kick, Matty Rose, former Panther and Magpie, stands underneath it. Can he bring a bit of calm to proceedings? In the end, it looked like the Rizzy had missed the run of the ball. But it's with Sam Gray, and the player that the mini-leaguers all booed when he came back on a little late has his chance at a bit of revenge. He's kicked 14 for the season. Make that 15. And Port District have multiple goal kickers. His first for today. Port District's fourth for the game. Kieran Hioketsi's scoreboard, 4-8-32. Golden Grove 11-7-73. Margin back to 41. Maybe, just maybe, if it's within 30 at three-quarter time, who knows? But a reward for Port District, who just managed to keep the ball in their forward half of the field for a good 4 or 5 minutes until finally rewarded. As the scoreboard clock ticks over 12 minutes in the third quarter. Overcast conditions, the umbrellas are up. I can't see rain, but why would you have an umbrella up out there if it wasn't raining? Again, a Port District clearance. Gray's tap straight to an opponent, and here's Collins on the wing. He looks off and he goes for a dash to Dodd. Dodd's kick probably not what he intended. Oh, that was an interesting hand pass. Joey Haynes' kick off the side of the boot, and that's off into the canteen or the sandpit. Yes, we do have a sandpit here for the kids, folks. So a few playing in that at half-time. Josh Dobie has it. Probably a true centre wing position. To 50. Hot footy 20 out. Ain't coming out. And we'll have a stoppage. Dobie tried to run away with it. Gray got the intercept kick. Weaving grabbed it. They all grabbed him. And another stoppage. Plenty of players Golden Grove side of the stoppage, not many Port Districts. Will go the way of Lysett. Quick hand pass. Over the back, into some open space. Who's got the afterburners? Definitely Golden Grove. That's a good pick up and pace by Horskins. On to Collins. 2-on-1. Spills to Pilkington, who just took a little bit too long to get it. Chance for the defence to arrive. Stoppage 48 metres out. Lysett's been studious all day. On to McKay, on to Tom Carter. Here's a chance for Port District, running onto the loose ball and heading in the Sam Gray direction. He's in front of the umbrella crew. He's got an open player at the top of the square. Is he really open? Yes, sirree. And that's Nash Haynes. He started his journey at Elizabeth. Got his debut at Port Districts in 2023. Played all 22 games. In fact, he's the only player out there who played all 22 games for Port Districts in the 2024 Premiership year. Kicked 3 goals. None this season so far. He has one now. And, well, Port Districts have kicked the last 2. They go to 5-8-38. Golden Grove, goalless in this third quarter. They've kicked 3 behinds. Port District have kicked 2 goals for. So what was a game high 50, I think the highest we've had, is now back to an interesting 35. Still a big buffer. Kind of indicating downhill might be the scoring end. Golden Grove might have something to say with that. Slater to Glenn, who never ever seems to have an opponent. Penetrating, precise, long kick to Pascoe. He's on the edge of 50. And he'll be shooting for number 6. Did have a shot from similar distance earlier this quarter. Bit of a tighter angle that he missed, but at least he's had the sider. From 50, that's high. It's touched on the line by Lysette. Now they're behind. So 4 behinds to Golden Grove this quarter, 11-8-74. Port District 5-8-38, 6-goal margin on the Kieran Hyoketsu scoreboard. Bouncing ball gave Carter a challenge he was up to. Port District trying to, well, they're starting to get a little bit more space and fluency now. Dianoff onto Carter, into open space. Simon was caught under the ball, managed to recover. Looking for Nash Haynes, spills out of bounds, throw in. Another goal here to Port District, and things get interesting. That would, if they can kick it, that would be 3 unanswered for the quarter. Just a little wet. Yep, some brollies are still up around the ground here. Plenty of shelter though in this grandstand and club rooms, I should add. Great place. If you haven't come out to Harpers Field, make the effort. Great place to come and watch some great footy. If you like standing on a hill, we've got that. If you like sitting in a grandstand, if you like standing in the club rooms behind some glass, staying warm, we've certainly got that. And if you like standing next to the boundary with an umbrella, well, you've got a few out there at the moment. Through some hands, including Payne to Xanthopoulos. Touched out of bounds. Golden Grove make about 30 metres. Next goal. I almost feel like Golden Grove would like a steadier. Port Districts are starting to get a bit more turn with the football and a bit more consistency with it. Seriously outgunned in that first and second quarter. But Simon's kick to a one-on-one Pascoe. Again, his skills when the ball hits the ground is sublime. On to Collins, and it's just taken the wrong bounce at the wrong time. That's 5 behinds. 11 Golden Grove have kicked this quarter. They were so accurate in the first half. Not really reward for effort right at the moment. Haynes. That's Collins. And the more I see of him, the more I think Nick Collins might just be getting a visit post-game. A turnover bump. Payne with the kick. Joey Haynes with the pickup across field. Hot footy in the middle. Simon attacked it, got tackled. As did Jack Gaffney. It will be Port District that won that one-on-one battle. They're starting to win a few more of those. Off the boot of Slater, and thankfully that did not go over the fence, because I'm not sure if they've got a key to that. I don't know what it is out there, factory area out the back. Through some hands, I think that was Gaffney. Claims he was taken high, slipped over at an inopportune moment. Some hard tackling. Is that holding the ball? Yep. Cavallaro with the free kick. Banwell inboard. Here's Collins. The hand pass on to Pittman. Holding the ball. Port District have it. 21 minutes gone. And the kick is taken by Glenn. Beautiful kick out to Shenton. Shenton into the pocket. Spills out of bounds, out on the full. Well, the tackle, Cavallaro, the tackle. Slater goes forward. Pascoe the mark. And if he wants to do justice to the effort in front of the grandstand, he'll put this right through the big white ones. 22 minutes gone. Port District have had their best 20 minutes of the game. They've kicked a couple of goals to mount a mini comeback. This to possibly stifle it. Pascoe from the right to the left has missed. He's had 3 shots, he's kicked 3 behinds. He's kicked 5 goals for today. The ones he's missed, I don't think he's missed by a lot. But until Golden Grove kick one of those, it just gives Port District some hope. Especially now they have the ball. They have Gray loose in the pocket. Decides not to play on. Now the lead. And the mark. That's Lysette, their leading goal kicker, resting up forward. And Man Mountain very hard to work around if he's on the lead. And the kick is true as it was from Gray. Lysette doing the Stevie J. Needs to swing, and it does. He gives a little acknowledgement to the Golden Grove. I hope he was giving that to the adults, not the kids. If it was the kids, that's a little unprofessional. I suspect it was the adults. And here come Port District. Kieran Yoketsu scoreboard. Ditters have kicked 4 this quarter. 6-4-44, Golden Grove 11-10-76. It's a 32-point margin. 24 minutes gone, so maybe 3 or 4 minutes this quarter and a full final quarter. And you remember how Port District blew the game open late in a close one the last time they met at Country Living Homes Reserves, aka Largs Reserve. Meanwhile, we have found the footy. This quarter, Port District, who kicked 3-4 in the entire first half, have kicked 3-4 in the third quarter. Golden Grove, who kicked 11 goals 4 in the first half, have kicked 6 behinds in the third quarter. Port District once again starting to get clearances. The desperation is there, and it's going to be umpire's ball. We had 6 goals in the first quarter, 8 goals in the second, just 3 in the third. As the clearance through hands, that was Payne to Glenn. In the way is Sam McKay. Too far out to score. Puts it to the top of the square. A couple of fumbles in Aries and a concession. I think I made the joke, why you concede when you're 50 points up probably makes just as much sense when you're 32 points, now 31 points up. If Ditters can get within 5 goals at the last break, they'll think they're half a chance. Xanthopoulos wastes a few seconds. Ditters have the numbers. Ferns looking for Tom Carter. There's a fumble. Pilkington, Simon. They'll centre it to Dodd. Dodd to Glenn. Into a lot of space. Banwell's got a lot of ground to make up, and 2 Port District players to beat. Not a bad tackle. Now he was held on to. This is what the home crowd found, and that's a great effort. Some points there to Jed Banwell, that numbered 2-1. Just enough interference to create the neutral stoppage. 26 and a half minutes in a fascinating, if not low-scoring, third quarter. The kick. Simon picks up to Weaving. Back to Simon. A fumble. Weaving. Turns. Hand pass on. Hands have got to be quick. Intercepted by Nash Haynes. To Gray. Couldn't quite pull it in. Umpire says play on. Thatcher, a critical tap forward to Pilkington. Hable ran over the top of it. Over the shoulder, Port Districts have the ball. I think it's Matty Rose. I do want a confirmation. Whoever has it, it's a pretty important kick. Almost 28 gone. From 50. On the siren. I think he's got it. He has, and it was Matty Rose. Huge momentum kick on the siren, and Ditters are in range. What a quarter. They kicked 4 goals for Golden Grove, 6 behinds. And as we head to lemon time, it is a 26-point ball game. Golden Grove 11-10-76, Port District 7-8-50. Goal scorers for Golden Grove the same as half-time. Lockie Pascoe has 5. Liam Verity 2. Singles to Glenn, Collins and Slater and Horskins. For Port District 3 to Dorizzi, all in the first half. In the second half, Gray, Rose, Lysette and Nash Haynes. Big final quarter coming up. Grab yourselves a drink, folks. We'll be back very, very shortly. Welcome back everyone, Harpers Field, your venue for the BTR Excavations Division 1 stream. Thanks to Filming Footy. A first half dominated by Golden Grove, but Port District did enough in the third quarter to put themselves in range for a huge comeback. On the Kieran Yoketsu scoreboard, Golden Grove 11-10-76, Port District 7-9-51. A 25-point margin that at quarter time was Golden Grove by 24, and at half time Golden Grove by 48. So pretty much Port District have almost halved it. 8 goals down, it's just over 4. Some fascinating matches around the BTR Excavations Division 1 this afternoon in the Adelaide Footy League. At the Chateau at Campbelltown, we could be seeing one of the biggest surprises of the season. Trailing by 29 points at quarter time, Broadview Tigers, winless after 12, trail by 3 at the last break. Broadview are 7-4-46, Rocks 6-13-49. Prince Alfred challenged Salisbury North early, but this is the biggest blowout of the game. The Hawks 7-14-56. Prince Alfred have not kicked a goal since quarter time. 2-6-18, a 38-point margin to the Redmen. I'll give you other two in a moment. Back underway here, Lyset the tap to Millicata. At Glenunga, the Rams challenged early, but Spock is slowly but surely getting on top. 8-12 to 6-7, 60 to 43, a 17-point lead to the second place Spock. If they win and Ditters lose, they'll be tied with Ditters for the top of the table. And lastly, Payneham and Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart 7-4-46, Payneham 6-7-43. Sacred Heart in front, but only by 3 points. So that's all happening elsewhere. Time to focus on this one. On the outer wing, Gould tried to soccer it forward. Golden Grove going to your left of screen. Pilkington's pick-up and hand pass was a little bit too quick for Weaving. And we'll have another stoppage. 32 seconds gone. If you just joined us, that was a pretty slow 30 seconds. I wonder if they started a little late. Pilkington a little slow to get up. Lyset and Robinson. Glenn got tackled, just tapped it to Shen. He was tackled, picks it back up. Goes to ground, and we will have our 5th ball up in the space of the last minute. Pretty sure they did start that clock just a little late. Anyway, we're about to have a possession to Port District. It's a hand pass to Nash. Back to Nash just as he was about to set sail. Who was that freight train? I'll get you a number when he turns around. Kicked out of bounds. I think that was Josh Dobie, who maybe laid a goal-saving tackle, because Nash was off and running inside 50 with an open goal beckoning. Spills out the back. Dodd says thank you very much, and just like that we're at Golden Grove's forward 50. Pilkington against Denton. Gould the pick-up for Ditters. The fly. No grab. Cooper Gaffney. A touch out to the boundary line. Robinson. Cooper Gaffney coming in for more. Umpire says we'll get the field and boundary umpire working on it here. Last disposal. Golden Grove ball. The way of Payne. Officially 2:32 gone. No score to either side. That kick missed by a fair bit. Oh no, it's a free downfield. Okay, player taken out after the kick. Pilkington tried the fly, good recovery. Now to find the open player, not there. Good pressure from Port District's defence and a quick rebound. And this is where the last disposal rule can really hurt. Because having kicked it into space, no one can pick it up. Towards Verity, weaving from the back. Pilkington double teamed. Haynes kick around the body. Straight though, I think, to Pittman. He found an opponent who missed it. Shot on goal from Josh Stobie. A few errors and fumbles from both sides. It was Port Districts, though, that proved the most costly. Dobie from straight in front, 24 metres out. The Golden Grove Junior, who spent some time at the parade, has just given Golden Grove a breather. Their first goal of the second half. Margin back over 30 to 31. 12-10-82 to 7-9-51. If you've just joined us, you may say, why the stress? It's a 30-point game. Well, it was 50. And Port District got it back to 25, and they'd held Golden Grove goalless, and they had a big comeback the last time they played. To Gould, ran onto it well. The kick looking spoil from behind was all fair. That was, I think, Payne with the spoil. Yep, it was. In front of a couple of patrons there with an umbrella, the deck chairs, and an esky. I don't think you need to bring ice today for the esky, just hold it outside. Robinson to Slater, not sure about the effort to get rid of it, but he was tackled straight away, brought to ground. For those wondering what was happening at Rocks Broadview, Rocks have kicked the last few. They now have a bit of a buffer, 21-point lead. St. Peter's by 17. And Sacred Heart have kicked a couple, lead Payneham by 15. So a couple of potential major upsets maybe not happening. Maybe the big upset might just be here. And how could it be an upset if a team on a 5-game winning streak gets up? Well, if they beat the league leaders. Weaving, battling hard. Trying to make a name for himself, get in that team next week. Speaking of next week, Golden Grove travel to the winless Broadview. Port District travel to Country Living Homes Reserve, aka Lagers Reserve, currently under construction for the black and white ball between them and Payneham Norwood Union. Pascoe literally stole that. Ball needs to bounce. It does. Collins had a fit of the fumbles. Glenn back to Collins, who fumbled it the second time. It's just his work rate to keep getting it is really impressive. Collins to Payne. Not sure how Golden Grove kept possession of that. Pilkington comes in, careful not to tackle too high. To the ducking Joey Haynes, and we got ourselves a stoppage. 7 minutes gone, final quarter. Golden Grove the critical first goal of this quarter. Port District need to keep kicking him. Now they need 5 and a bit. Shenton getting a bit of help. And look, Golden Grove keeping it off of Port District isn't going to hurt. Collins takes the mark. Got Glenn in the pocket. Fortunately, by the time he got up, no, he's going to give it a try. Why not? Glenn too far out to score. Here comes Cavallaro into space. Love the work rate. Michael Cavallaro spent some time at the Bulldogs and played a league game at the Redlegs. 20 goals last year, 11 goals this year. He's averaging about 1 a game. Hasn't kicked 1 today, and we are right behind it. This could almost seal it for mine. Starts right. comes left. It's there! He salutes the crowd with the fist pump. And I reckon that might just about be enough. Golden Grove 13-10-88, Port District 7-9-51. The margin back out to 37. They've kicked the first two of this final quarter. And Port District, a great third quarter, but needed to maintain the momentum. Needed to keep Golden Grove goalless and keep chipping away at that margin. Well, it's blown back out again. Started with the persistence of Collins. Glenn making a good mark. Glenn making some space. Cavallaro making some space. And the finish. Gould's kick. Maybe last roll of the dice for Port District. Need to get some goals in a hurry. In the end, it's a scrambling stoppage in front of the hillside mob. Some standing, some sitting. Most rugged up. Carter the tap, and out of all of that, Ditters with the clearance, and don't tell me kick the goal. No. That would have been remarkable. In the meantime, got to fetch the footy. Our prize today, you'll see it in the socials, haven't decided yet. Pascoe 5 in the first, but goalless in the second, missed 3, so probably out of contention. Glenn's just been everywhere again, but he's probably got an Archie's collection. He could open up a shop. As Passanides kick to centre it. Speaking of Glenn, there he is. He's here, there. He is literally everywhere. I mean, I doubt there's been a passage of play of note from Golden Grove that he hasn't been a part of today. And there's been a lot of great contributors. Payne in defence, Pilkington. He's enjoyed the number promotion today with the special jumpers. Normally, 63 is one of the newcomers this year, up to number 3, and he's revelled in it. Kick into space, Verity, who kicked 2 early, including the first in his comeback game after missing last week, the first game that he missed. And if it wasn't over before a goal here, well, no, it is over. 36-point lead, 11 minutes gone. Any score would mean 7 scoring shots to win. And Verity misses to the right. A useful behind. Well, does mean an extra shot the Port District need to get. Haynes runs his full distance. Thatcher with the tap. Gould tried to run onto it. He's still in there. Gray with the intercept. On to Rose. Remember, kicked that huge goal on the three-quarter time siren, but that was the last goal that Ditters have kicked, maybe until now. Nash with the shot. Remember, he had a big play running inside 50, and he was about to kick maybe to get the margin inside 4 goals. And he was tackled, I'm pretty sure, by Josh Dobie. And they haven't kicked a goal since. 13-11 to 7-10. Kieran Hyoketsu scoreboard with Phil and Barnaby on the camera this afternoon. Ferns finding his way into this Port District lineup. Game number 12. Takes a pretty easy mark. And there's a little bit of feeling in front of the past players. Past players would be saying, well, back in my day, we would have flattened them all and got 5 weeks. You call that a melee? Back in my day. But it is a free to Sam McKay. I'm sure getting plenty of advice from the said past players tent. From the edge of 50, unloads. Is that a torp? It's a pretty good kick. And it's a goal. Sam McKay is first for the day. Always been a player on the peninsula, firstly with North Haven. Did spend some time in the Eagles system. His 7th for the season, his first today. Margin back to 31. We're going to hit 14 minutes by the time this ball is bounced. Yeah, another couple, who knows. Meanwhile, Rocks lead Broadview by 22 points. Salisbury over Prince Alfred by 44. St Peter's over Glenunga by 28. And Sacred Heart over Payneham by 26. I think, barring something miraculous, there's no close ones anymore. And if those margins hold, the ladder won't change. I think that might change. St Peter's and Port District, still first and second, will be separated by percentage. And Rocks, Golden Grove and Sacred Heart will still be a three-way tie for third at 9 and 4. And Salisbury North with an 8-5 record, an 8-win, 5-loss record, will still be out of the 5. It'll drop 4 games after Salisbury North in 6 to Glenunga in 7th at 4 and 9. Prince Alfred and Payneham 3 and 10. Broadview Norton 13. Glyn's Soccer. Oh, when you're hot, you're hot. I'll let one of the commentators just said, gee, you should play AFL. I think he did. But don't tempt him. I think Golden Grove are very happy that Josh Glenn is part of this lineup. So Jed Banwell had what I believe was the mark of the week last week. That was a pretty special play. Marked it at ground level. And this to seal it by absolutely all reasonable doubt. Banwell's first. He said, get around it. Well, Kookaburra fans, get around this mob. They are looking absolute contenders today. Other results haven't helped. Be fascinated at the end if they make up much percentage. Ross Trevor had 55.56. Golden Grove 54.42 and Sacred Heart 51.44. Next week's big game is going to be Salisbury North and Rocks. It was a huge one when they met at the Chateau. Rocks came from 39 points down in the third quarter to steal it. Salisbury North lose that. They're probably 2 games behind the pack. Rocks lose that. They'll be tied with Salisbury North for 5th spot. Elsewhere, Broadview and Golden Grove, St Peter's and Prince Alfred. That'll be the intercol for adults. Port District and Payneham, well, Port District should recover there. Sacred Heart and Glenunga. More blue than you could deal with, I suspect, at that one. Back to this game, Ferns' kick. Set a really difficult task for his teammate, and mighty statues. no longer got the job on Pascoe, which he'd be very relieved about. Fern's back tap, nicely done to McKay. As this game draws to what now is its inevitable conclusion. Pittman. Pilkington comes in. Miller Carter was the recipient of that tackle. Dwyers, they reset. The road ahead for these clubs, look, Golden Grove are in a great position. They only play one more team in the 5 in their last 5 games. They get Broadview, Payneham, Glenunga, Prince Alfred and Rocks. And Rocks is at home where they're 6-1 after today. So if they can maintain anything close to this form, they should finish top 3. For Port District, they've got something similar. Only teams they've got in contention after this are the last 2 rounds, where they host Salisbury North and finish at Rocks. They've got Payneham, Glenunga and Prince Alfred coming up. 3 teams trying to avoid relegation. You'd suspect they will also wrap up a top 3 spot before those final 2 games. But still a lot to play out, you never know. Scott Lystead has it. Has 1. Across the face. Has 2. I thought for a moment it had gone too far, then the goal umpire corrected himself. So I have to correct myself, that was dead on. He's got 2, joining Jordan DeRizzi as the multiple goal scorers. Into time on. Kieran Hyoketsu's scoreboard, the margin is 31 points. Golden Grove 14-11-95. Port District 9-10-64. 31 points the margin. It'll be 6 in a row for the Kookaburras. They will be the hottest team in the comp. Oh, look at that tap to Glenn. Says, thank you very much. Who can finish it through the hands of Verity? Tapped on. Dean off with the tackle. No games final as yet, as you'd expect. We're going to finish pretty quickly at the end of this one, so my thanks to Filming Footy, Rowett and John Douglas, the boss, and all the Filming Footy family. Barnaby on camera doing a great job today with all the shots and all the highlights. Tackle made. On the ball. One of the loudest cheers you will hear this year. Josh Habel didn't think he won the free. The umpire had to tell him. Players come from everywhere. Verity with the pickup. Their goal side. I think this is Pilkington. It is Pilkington. He's been amongst it all day. He's got his reward for effort. His name will be in the paper tomorrow. I think the Port District defence thought they had the ball before they had the ball. Golden Grove found themselves with the ball, goal side of their opponents. Not a lot of love for one of the greater players on the paddock this afternoon, Scott Lystead, but footy can be a little cruel like that. Jack Gaffney with the clearance. So, best player, I'm going to do something a little different. Josh Glenn will be in the votes. The one vote I'm going to have to give some serious thought to. But the three I'm going to give today to a young lad who's debuting this year, who just did some really, really persistent stuff today that I enjoyed. And that's going to be Nick Collins is going to get the Settlers voucher and the Archies, which I'm pretty sure is going to be the first time that's happened. Like to spread the love a little bit. Josh, I mean, you could give it to a few Golden Grove players. They've been good today. As that one's overcooked Ingram. They've all got an overcooked Gotti, who won it to Glenn. The locals are loving this. They're applauding not so much the kick from Glenn, but the effort from Connor Dodd. There's a player who's disappeared behind the marquee for the moment. It's Verity. He'll come in now. It's a fair run-up. Across the face, and barely a point, but point it is. 24 and a half gone. Kieran Hyaketsu scoreboard. Golden Grove 15-12-102. Port District 9-2-64. It's going to be at the moment a 38-point margin. It was Golden Grove by 24, 48 and 25. They won 3 of the 4 quarters. There's the top. Almost the mark on the wing. Weaving it sits. They run on a wave. Standing underneath it, someone was held on to. Denton took the mark. I'm not sure what Denton's going to keep it. Okay, to Haynes. Puts a bit of barbecue sauce into that one. If you know, you know. Bit of footy sauce on the Jack Ferns. Lysette's back on the field of play. Hand pass and Hope. Weaving's been busy in the second half. Slater tackled. Down to Miller Carter. Looking for goals and nothing but green. And that's Josh Dobie. Just probably a couple of minutes left. Pittman in the sunshine. As mentioned, Golden Grove will go to a 9-4 record. I think they'll still be in 4th spot. But they've just played in the last few weeks 4 teams that you call contenders. Salisbury North, Spock, Shock and Port District, and they've beaten them all by 33, 44, 13 and 38. And on their 30th year anniversary, in the special jerseys, the Kookaburras of Golden Grove, their A-grade side, put on a performance to remember. They have led the league leaders from go to O and stretched that winning streak to 6. Final score, Kieran Hyaketsu scoreboard 15-12-102 to 9-10-64. 38 points. Goal scorers, Dorizzi with 3, 2 to Lysette, singles to Sam Gray, Matty Rose, Sam McKay and Nash Haynes. That's for Port District. 10 goal scorers for Golden Grove. Pascoe with 5, all in the first half. Verity with 2. Singles to Banwell, Pilkington, Glenn, Collins, Slater, Cavallaro, Horskins and Dobie. That is a great sign of the complete team effort we saw today. So final thanks to our sponsors, Filming Footy, Classic Clashes, Dartfish Footy Stats, High 5 E-Bikes, Custom by ORTC, Kimberley Accommodation, Archie's in the Gully and the Settlers Tavern providing the voucher today. This is Phil Hearn on behalf of Barnaby and the Filming Footy family saying thanks for watching. Congrats Golden Grove. See you next time you're watching the footy on Filming Footy.